everyone. So today we have to talk about ASTER. ASTER is pumping again. So ASTER is currently up 7.3% in the last 24 hours, still up 171% in the last 14 days. We're going to talk about this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But look at this. ASTER is back at 1 billion in market cap, 3.1 billion inside, 3.1 billion in market cap and 1 billion in trading volume. I mentioned before that ASTER only does well when it has an extremely high trading volume. And currently it's pumping at 1 billion in market cap. So that's pretty big. So anyways, I do want to kind of show a few things here at ASTER, and I kind of want to ask a few questions. Like, what do you guys think the price of ASTER can get to? Can ASTER do something like $10, right? That's a pretty important question to ask, but they have been doing some new things lately here. So the BNB Singapore thing, they're going to be speaking up there. And then we have new perpetuals listed, Eden, FF, Squid, all that good stuff. So they're doing stuff, they're doing innovative stuff that's going to help the project continue to grow. So I think that this thing could have some potential for the future. But let's talk about what everyone wants to talk about right now, and that is the prices of ASTER. So ASTER is doing fairly well. If you actually look over here at the MACD, you're seeing a lot of buying pressure is going on right now on the MACD. So that's always a good thing to see buying pressure on the MACD. Always a good thing. Now, the %R trend exhaustion looks a bit odd. We see the short-term trend overbought up here. Then we can see the long-term trend is kind of slowly like inching upwards. So that's kind of an odd thing, and that's on the 2-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, we can see that the buying pressure on the MACD has slowed down, and now we're starting to see the selling pressure starting to speed up a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of selling pressure. So there is a possibility that ASTER could see something weird where like the whole overall market is pumping and then ASTER just starts dumping. So there's a possibility that we can see something like that. And I know people don't want to see that, but this is a bit weird for ASTER, right? It's a bit weird to see something like this with it, right? What if we go like the other way around and start selling a little bit, selling off? I don't know. Hopefully that it doesn't follow this trend line, and hopefully it just continues to rally. But we don't go off of hope here. It kind of looks like the %R trend exhaustion is reversing here to the downs, or I mean the MACD is reversing to a downtrend there. That's just kind of what it is seeming like to me. And then if you look over here at the 30-minute chart, you can also see the %R trend exhaustion on the 30-minute chart is also a little bit overbought, right? A little bit more than a little bit overbought, but yeah, you can see the long-term or the short-term trend coming down as well as the long-term trend here. So it's looking a bit bearish there. And then the MACD, you can see the selling pressure showing up on the 30-minute chart for ASTER. Let's bring it back up to the 2-hour, or actually the 1-hour chart here. So the MACD, or I mean the %R trend exhaustion on the 1-hour chart also shows overbuying here. So there is a possibility that we do see a pullback here with ASTER. So even though we just got all this great pump in action, we still have the risk of a pullback. It can stay overbought for longer than what people expect. So there's a possibility that it goes up a little more. But according to the technicals, it kind of looks like there might be a pullback for ASTER, which is kind of weird because everything is up right now, including ASTER. ASTER is up too. And it's just looking like there's a risk of a pullback. So we're going to have to be a little careful and cautious here, but everything is doing good in the crypto market. But, it can change literally at the blink of an eye. So, look at the technicals, pay attention to it, and make your decisions based on that. But yeah, right now, things are looking a little bit on the overbought side on the short term. But when you look at the long term, things are just kind of getting started. Like you can't really, look at the long term technicals because there's not much to go off of. But when you look at the 2-hour chart, it looks like things are just getting started. If we see a short-term pullback, it's going to be this short-term line here on the %R trend exhaustion coming back, meeting the long-term trend here, and then both of them going up at the same time. That's kind of what it looks like it's doing right here. So a small pullback followed by another rally is kind of what I'm seeing here with ASTER. So yeah, that's what I think. A small pullback followed by another rally. So anyways, this is all I got for you all today. And a small pullback could look like this, going from $1.90 down here to the support around $1.65. It could look like anything like that. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.